Well, hello, what is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Glad to see everybody here on this fine Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, Tuesday morning. Hold up, spam call confirmed. All right, every time on cue. Gotta love it. Yes, we are here for a little, let's see, how do we describe this flight? We're preparing for the L1011, so spoiler alert, there's no L1011 on this stream. However, I want to get back in this A300 just to see where it's been. I really enjoyed it when it first dropped, and then we just kind of fell away from it. I had a WASM crash on stream, had a WASM crash in setup, and I'm like, okay, we'll just kind of let it ride off for a little bit. We haven't flown it in quite some time. So then I was looking around, I was like, well, with the L1011 on the horizon, let's get back in the iniBuilds, but let's fly somewhere we haven't flown to in a very long time. We're going to a very special airport. If you've been around the channel, you know where we're going. Ushuaia is how I don't know how you say it. One of the more scenic approaches that you can do in the sim, not necessarily because of the mountains, just because of where it is. It's the farthest south you can go without going into, Antarctica, I guess. So it's going to be pretty darn cool to fly down there. There's some secrets down there on the approach. I can't wait to fly them. It's or some secret juice that you're going to see on the approach down there. So it's going to be an absolute joy. We are in the Simulation Extrema SAVC airport. I do like this airport. We got a Vareg L10 or DC-10 over here, MD-11, whatever the hell it is. Look at this thing. Looks pretty cool. Too bad it's not a DC-10 or an L10. Up in the control tower here. This is a great little scenery. We picked it up when we were on the South America tour, and it's these Simulation Extrema. They do a pretty good job. I think this is on sale right now on Sim Market for like $9 US or something like that. So if you fancy flying around this part of the world, I would definitely check it out. I'm not sponsoring anything by them, but just like I like the little details, little conveyor belt and everything like that. So here we are at gate number 2 in our old school VASP. We got another VASP A300 over there, which is awesome. This is kind of the closest livery I could find that would sort of make sense down here. Maybe they were on their way down to Ushuaia and they had a divert here for something, and now we're going to continue on. So about an hour and 40, hour 30 in flight today, 2 hours block time, and this livery, what I love about it, it's got the extra juicy chrome engines. So check this out. I'll reset the drone cam, come back here. Oops, don't want to see that. Look at those. That's what I wanted. I wanted the chrome engines over there. So absolutely awesome. Team Vodka says he has a few sceneries from them too. They're awesome. Yeah, they are awesome, man. They're like a very small, I don't know if it's like one guy or whatnot, but we've flown to several of his sceneries throughout the South America tour, and it was very they're nice. They're great. They add some detail and a heck of a lot better than the default. So ooh, we got a 7.5 loading in up here. Look at that. I feel like that's Blackbird just or Bluebird rather, Bluebird in there just trolling us with his 7.5. Probably not. It's probably AJ and X-Plane doing his thing. But we're going to skip the shout-outs, guys. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Let's see if we can get this thing fired up, shall we? Where's this MD-11 going? He's not waiting for us? All right. He's not waiting for us. Let's go ahead and fire up this airplane, shall we? It's been quite some time. Let me make sure sim sounds are up. Sim sounds are up. Let's go battery 1, 2, 3. Get the external power on. Bring this puppy to life. And the more I look around this cockpit, the more I get excited for the L1011, because this cockpit is actually very nicely done, and it shouldn't be a surprise. I know this. I mean, I've enjoyed the iniBuild stuff in the past. It's just I haven't flown it enough to stick with it for some reason. But look at these gauges, man. I can just envision L1011 all glass round gauge. It's going to be absolutely juicy. No way that you know VASP, legendary airline from Brazil. I used to take these A300s from Miami to GRU. Matthias, yes, definitely know VASP. One of the guys here on the channel, Slustavo, or the guy who has a hard time talking to Denver Approach, his father actually flew this very livery for VASP. So the VASP is well known on this channel. We know VASP. We're actually going to do some 727 VASP ops too. Actually, or was that maybe it's a different one? But I know we got some good historic liveries in South America as well, which, you know, I love flying to South America all over, even from, you know, Central America, where we like, you know, MROC and all that stuff, even Mexico, honestly. just getting south of the U.S. border, it's so nice. It's so refreshing. Different scenery, different terrain, different approaches. Sometimes you just got to mix it up, and this is quite the mix up here going way, way, way down south. It is summertime, so it's not you, AJ. You're stuck in a boring meeting. Excellent. Well, then at least you can't troll us. So here we go. We got everything juiced up. Let's go ahead and start from the top. We'll get nav 1, 2, and 3 on the ADIRs. We'll work our way down the panel here. We'll get our heading and status. I guess that is fine. Everything looks good over here. Seatbelts off, no smoking. We'll push you into the auto position, or we'll put you in the on position, I guess. Taxis off. We'll put our nav lights on. We'll put the galley power on so we can get some coffee brewing. We'll arm the emergency exit lights. We'll leave the window heaters and probe heats off for now. We'll go ahead and juice up the crew supply here for the oxygen panel. So that's all done. Let's come down here. We've got our line IRS. We got a couple things we need to load in. Initialize all these scratch pad messages. We're going to go right into our A cars. We're going to pull our Simbri flight plan out. That's us, SAVC to Saw-Way. Purpose. Nice Airbus 1011. Oh yeah. With the next working world update being in Brazil, can we expect some streams? Gabriel Rodriguez, is that really happening? Are they doing a world update in South America? I was not aware of that. And hey, you can guarantee that I will be doing some stuff down in South America. And matter of fact, Aerosucra, they just took out a localizer antenna again. I do have an Aerosucra 727 loaded up and ready to go. So we may have to do some more Columbia ops too. But yeah, I would love to see. I can't wait for 2024 for South America flying. I bet that's going to be even more juice. So, all right, let's get everything aligned here. We'll hit align on IRS. Everything copied over. That's us 350. So now we'll just get our takeoff departure. Winds are out of the west right now. We'll select SID. We're going to do 25. We're on the Bodug 1, if I'm not mistaken, right? We're on the Bodug. Yes, we are. Bodug 1 to Boudin. Boudin Puddin. The Bodug 1 will insert you. And then we're going to scroll all the way down to 25. I'm not sure, Vodka, what you're lining up for, but I think I planned 25. We'll do the ILS 125 from the Dabley 2. Dabley 2. We'll insert that. Boom. Pretty much good to go there. Then we'll do our takeoff and approach stuff. But before we do that, let's go ahead and start boarding process from GSX. So they're going to start boarding. They're going to do their thing. Looking at the current wind, winds 260 at 2.4. Gusty day. We do have real turbine. Hopefully we don't have any crashes. So 260 at 2.4. Cav OK 10008. We'll hit the magic barrel ref key. While we're looking at it, we'll do DH -5. We're going to wait till alignment to get the rest of our ATS stuff on. I think we could turn on the yaw damps. Pitch trims. Cool. We'll just wait. Nope. All right, yaw damps, ATS pitch trim, we'll wait on those for alignment. We'll also wait for fueling. It's going to do its thing over here, so while we wait for GSX to do their stuff, we will pull up the weight and balance. We'll upload from Simbrief. We're going to wait to apply that to the aircraft. We're looking for a fuel on board eventually of 32. No, we're not going to touch the tug now. Crew's already on board. GSX going to come do their thing. GSX, I thought it was dead. It is dead on certain situations, but I like the way it looks on the A300 with all the cargo doors. So it's only half dead. It's only half dead. And we have a custom airport, so I wonder if we have a payware airport. We're going to see if passengers come down the jetway or not. We'll see what happens. Where'd that MD-11 go? Did he already depart? Oh, yeah, he already blasted off. That sucks. I wanted to watch his takeoff. All right, but we're juicing up here. Everyone's showing up. We'll get out of here. Gus says, funny thing, VASP 300 were all B2s, no central tanks, so they were limited on range, but also as a secondary headache on less than 2 hours the climb thrust. Really? Very interesting. So they all had B2s. What are we supposed to be getting from Just Flight? Do you guys remember? Was it a B4? No, that's what we have. What are we getting from Just Flight in the future, right? We've got the Fokker coming up, the 100 series, and then it should be the A300 after that, right? So probably mid-summer, late summer, fall next year. We'll see. Oh, look, we got people coming down the jet bridge. How awesome is this? Let me see if I can come. I was trying to get in there. Maybe I need to get the drone cam set up. Let's go. Let's drone our way over here. Oh, that's a cool shot, though. Get to see people boarding. They're boarding the wrong door, though. Okay, suspect. Anyway, that's fine. I'm alright with it. We're boarding up, we're loading up. GPS primary, doors not closed. We'll finish up a couple things here. We'll go ahead and pull up the McDo tune radio. So we've got our transponder code 2022-8. That looks good. We'll clear all these scratch pad messages out for the doors. That'll clean this page up. I'm going to bring the fuel page up to remind myself to double check for fuel before we blast off out of here. Right now we got 13.2 on board. And we are still waiting for the alignment. We'll go back to the init page. We did press align, so TO approach is what we'll be left with. We'll go there. Mr. Saturday, so it's on life support. Yeah, pretty much. It's on life support, man. It's on life support right now. Well, I'll tell you what we can do, though. Let's fire up the APU, get the air conditioning on. So we'll go APU master switch on. Take a second here, and then we'll start her up. Let's see what it listens. Let's see what it sounds like. Is 2024 built-in GSX? I don't know, AFO. I think there's something like that supposed to be happening, but I'm not aware of what the situation is. So we'll find out together, man. We'll find out together. This is a cool shot. You can actually see people walking around in the tower. It is the B4. Okay. Yeah, that's with the all-round gauge. I love it. And a SIVA. Gus says the climb thrust with the B2s to allow the flight attendants to work in the cabin less than 2 hours later. They were limited to use cruise thrust to climb because the deck angle would be so steep. That's awesome. That's awesome. So, without a central fuel tank, you're lighter. Just absolute insane amounts of thrust. Insane amounts of thrust for the A300. It would be nice if iniBuilds would do an epic version of the 300. Is that like what UPS has, Ionis? A little bit more modernized? Pretty sure. I think that's what UPS has. Alright, we'll go APU bleed on. That'll get the packs on in here. We'll go ahead and do the probe heat while we're sitting here. We'll get the window heaters on. And I'm going to apply load to aircraft. I don't think it will matter, right? Because it's not completely integrated. So we'll just do apply load to aircraft. That looks good. Let's double check our fuel. We've got 13.2 shown on the tanks. Block fuel required today, 32.8. So that's not correct. Oh, it's fueling now. Oh, it's fueling now. Very cool. We're fueling now. Fueling up and loading up. Yeah, it's got the glass cockpit. Nah, I don't need a glass cockpit. Come on, man. I'm so bored of all these glass cockpit airplanes. The only glass I'd want to go to is this is plenty of glass for me. You got a PFD and ND. You don't need any more glass than that. I'm getting bored with all the G5000 screens. I did a world tour in the 300 when it dropped an X-plane. Never had an issue with it. Flew great. Never flown it. And Microsoft looked downgraded almost. What? I don't think the A300 is downgraded from X-plane. But I will say this, Max. When the A300 dropped in X-plane, they set a new bar for X-plane development. That cockpit and cabin and modeling for X-plane 11 at the time, in my opinion, was peak X-plane. They came out of nowhere. And they just dropped the bombshell with the A300. Absolutely fell in love with it. Unfortunately, or fortunately, depending on what sim you're in, X-plane has kind of been passed on to the wayside for iniBuilds now. But, hey, I'm all in on Microsoft, so I'm all in for iniBuilds in 24, especially with the L1011. I mean, I'm more excited about the L1011 than the A350. Or A380 combined. L1011 is going to release, and it's going to be like, there'd be like 200 people watching the stream. But I don't care. Cannot wait. Gotta fly the DC-6. What's up, Scrubs? What's up, Tyson? Joining from the office today. What's going on, man? Good to see you, dude. What is average time before pushback that you turn on the APU in real life? Rastik, it depends. Generally speaking, no later than 10 prior to push. So on go-home day, you want to leave 10 prior to scheduled out time. So then I want the APU on 10 prior to scheduled out time, so about 20 prior. Now, if it's really hot and the ground cooling is not keeping up with, is this too loud for you? If I turn it down a little bit, maybe that's a little better. If it's really hot outside and the ground air, the jetway air is not doing enough work to keep the airplane cool, then I'll turn the APU on early. So if the cabin exceeds 85 degrees Fahrenheit, you can't board. For us, anyway. That's part of our SOP, and I think that's pretty standard. Everyone's got a, I'm pretty sure everybody's got some sort of SOP for cabin temp limitation. At that point, you got to crank the APU, cool the cabin down, because you can't be boarding people in the middle of Texas. It's 120 degrees outside. People start passing out. L1011 releases. I can move up to Tier 4 in DVA. Nice. Listen, if there's any iniBuilds folks in the chat, if you need an L1011 enthusiast with real-world flight simulation L10 type ride from FS9, you know where to find me. If you need a force feedback profile specialist to see how your L1011 works with force feedback, hit me up. I would absolutely love to help make. I'm sure they'll make a great product, but I'd love to be part of that. I cannot wait to see what they bring to the table. And just looking at the engines, like, check this out. Does this? I mean, like, it kind of gives you like they've got that old school retro texturing like vibe. I don't know. Like, I feel like if you just kind of set me right here, you'd be like, oh, what do you run, an L10? Like, I just love it, man. No, hit up Team Vodka. No. What did I was trying to see. So the L10 had the Rolls-Royce 211s, right? What do we have on this? Because there's Pratt & Whitney and GE. I was trying to see. So it's Pratt & Whitney and GE on the A300. It was only Rolls-Royce? Okay. I almost need to bring up a Google image of the L1011 Rolls-Royce to see what it would look like here in comparison. But I just love, I mean, their teaser shot like this. I can't believe they're doing an L1011. Didn't we just get off a stream saying there's nobody's ever going to do an L1011? It's like, I wonder if they saw the stream. They're like, hey, we should probably announce something. Probably not. But there goes another VASP A300. So the Rolls-Royce was exclusive for the L10. Okay. Alright. So I'll just make sure there wasn't any like engine option like the A300 had. I'm a DC-6 captain, currently need more historic things to fly. Oh, really? Alisnor, that's awesome, man. Will you fly for like Buffalo Airways or something? Don't they fly DC-6s still? Twitch Gabby, clickbait, I got excited. Hey, welcome in, man. Look, I was like 50% on the clickbait, because I even put in the title, not an L1011 with asterisks. If I didn't put that, then I would 100% agree it's 100% clickbait. I think it's only like a 50-55% clickbait title. I just want you guys to get as excited as I am, and then be disappointed when you don't see it. PASA, no, there is an L1011 announced by iniBuilds for 2025. Microsoft 2024, which will probably be in 25. Jaffo, I believe it was for the radar altimeter on departure, so you don't get a nuisance rad out warning or something like that. I'm not sure if you even do it. It was either on the A310 or the A300 that you were supposed to do the DH-5. And I can't remember what it was for or which one it was on, so I just do it now. The airplane in Eastern bare metal is going to be epic. Yes. Yes, bare metal, Eastern. Just think of all the retro L1011 liveries. ATA, Whiskey Throttle can bring his ATA stuff on the L1011 that were on the MD-11. I'd love to be able to find the L10 I flew to Toronto in 86 and route. No idea how I would start with that. Max, well, first you'd have to look up the, well, you know the airline, you know the route. I mean, the route probably hasn't changed all that much. I mean, you're going probably across the tracks, right? You could look at the airline's fleet history and Google at that time period, be like, how many airplanes do they have, see what L-1011s they had, and then maybe do some searching. It would be almost impossible to nail down the tail number, but... Oh yeah, TWA, the Delta L-1011 looks fantastic. Yes. Pan Am L-1011, anybody? Alright, they're still sending them down. We're almost ready to go. Let's see, are we aligned? We are up and aligned, so we can do a couple other things. We get our pitch trim, we get our ATS on, that looks good. Our fueling, 32.8 is completed, so we'll go ahead and turn these on here. We got all of our fuel tanks, all of our fuel pumps on there and initialized. That looks good. Let's set a top altitude. Let's see if this works over here. It does. 320. What did we file? 35,000 feet. Now I believe the pre-select is still bugged out, right? I believe the pre-select is still bugged out. So actually, before we set any V2 speeds, let's calculate our takeoff performance. So we're going to blast off runway 25. We'll sync the weather conditions. We'll sync the config. That's us. We'll do 15-15 force Toga. Ooh, this is going to be a tough one, y'all, because this airplane with Toga thrust is almost uncontrollable. So if you hit 250 likes, I will do a Toga takeoff. If you don't, we're going to just do a regular flex takeoff at 63C. So it's up to you. 250 likes before takeoff. This airplane, so much power, we'd be climbing out at 30 degrees nose up probably. So it's up to you in the chat. We'll see what happens. 47, 47, and 50 is what we got to dial in here. Got to clear out these messages again. 147, 147, and 150 on the V2. All right. Oh, which we don't put there. We put it here. So how we do that? We do 150. So we do 150. And then we push it. Now, pre-select 250. Alright, right? So 150, I think. We get 250 pre-select. Did I do that right? I'm not sure. Probably not. We'll do DH -5 over here as well for this guy. That all looks good. We'll do profile and nav blue. That all looks good. Fueling odds on board. We'll get rid of that. We'll bring up the hydraulics, our engine page. I do have failures on this airplane. Now I haven't flown it other than the first little test sector I did, so everything looks fine there. Let's bring up the wheel page. Wheels are good. Alright, so we'll just leave it on the regular status page. And I think we're almost ready to go. We're doing a oh wait, that's a 15-0? No, we're doing 15-15 for cinematic purposes, Gus. You got to convince Throttletek to make L1011 throttle quadrant. You know what, Chris Duper? I should have done, so I'm using my Blackbird levers today, the 7.3 Max levers today. I was gonna do the 7.6.7 quadrant for this airplane, but I have my Throttletek bound up for everything else. Engine start, flaps, because it's all very Airbus-y. So, you've got me wondering now, what's an L1011 quadrant look like? L10 throttle quadrant? It looks... I need just an L1011 cockpit photo, really. Wasn't it kind of, almost 146-esque looking? L1011 cockpit. Now you got me curious. What the heck does the L1011 throttle quadrant look like? I didn't think it was that, yeah, it's just like 3 solid knobs together. It would be really cool to have that quadrant, though. Look at that speed brake handle. Good grief. The only problem with this is I think this would be very hard to replicate because Throttletek, they do replica throttles of like the real airplane. Not any L-1011s flying around. I wouldn't say it's out of the realm of possibility, but it would be interesting. That flap lever alone would be pretty sweet. It almost looks like 727 levers, to be honest with you. Just in a more compact quadrant. There's one on eBay for $1,250. I'll buy it. Could you set that up in the sim, though? That would be so awesome. Yeah, I see it on eBay. Oh, nope, it's gone. Wow. Alright, how are we doing in here? Come back to the airplane. We are almost done. 25 more passengers to go. Let's go ahead and disconnect the GPU, as a matter of fact. We'll go ahead and external power off. That looks good. We'll go ahead and shed the galley power for start. Coffees are already been made. Everything looks good. APU bleed is on. We'll go ahead and turn the seatbelt sign on because we have our fueling is completed. So we'll come back over here. We'll go to the doors or ground equipment. I guess I'll wait first, see if GSX does any of this stuff. I've been hearing a lot of issues, people having issues with GSX now. With the last update, so I don't update stuff. Should never update it. Lucas Bunkton, what's up, man? Thanks for the 2 Sayes, or whatever they're called. Hey, with you. Hey, Ice. Hey, Ice. That's, you even said it. Thank you. The Hey, Ice. Thanks, Lucas, for the 2 Hey, Ice. Appreciate you, man. With you, indeed. All right, we got 22.8 up. Here we go. We have a sip of coffee here. I'm excited for the growl on takeoff. The last time I remember this airplane, we had a pretty good growl sound on takeoff. Flight Sim Guy, what's up, man? I hate GSX. I hate GSX. That's why I don't update my nav database. Oh, my nav database is updated and ready to go. I thought that was why I had a WASM crash. I did have one WASM crash setting this airplane up. Which, if I remember correctly, the last time we flew this, we had a WASM crash and we just, like, crash landed in Vegas. Interesting to Aviator. I hate GSX. I love GSX. I hate GSX. I love GSX. We'll see how it does on pushback here. Here we go. 220 at 220, y'all. Oh, where's the last straggler? We got one more jump seater coming down. What's going on? 220 at 220. Let's go. Boarding completed. All right. Let's go ahead and we'll get the beacon on. We'll go ahead and prepare for pushback and departure. Departure clearance requested. Now, I'm going to see what it does here. I'm pretty sure I have to arm my own doors, or the doors will arm on engine start. Okay, it looks like they closed up the door, so we're not even going to mess with it. We'll see if it removes the chocks and GPU. SAFC traffic, VASP 357, going to be pushing back here at gate 2. You're going to be picking petals off roses soon. He loves me, he loves me not. Yep, Zippy, probably right. That's the wrong route. But I have to reset my whole browser to give you guys the proper route, so it's pinned at the top. SAVC to Sawe. Alright, we'll turn up the sounds as we get ready for pushback here. We'll do a 70 on the startup sounds. Just look, can't wait for that L1011 wing out there. We're gonna be lining up on wing view. L1011. A310 still fly good or there's bugs? Swim and climb. I haven't flown the 310 in a long time. The 300 though, ask me after the stream. I have a feeling I gotta remove my own GPU and chocks.
Generate game of 20. Traffic 557.
We need to go nose left, tail right. We'll see if we can do it. Alright, we'll remove. Brakes released. I don't know if it can do nose left. It's going to be a tight turn here. I should have just gone this way. I could have taxied around. We'll see what happens. We'll go ignition, in engine mode to ignition start. That cuts off any pack. We're going to do start a number 1. Shh, here we go. Fuel on. Stop the push here because it was all jacked up, but the light-off sound was pretty good. Lucas Bucket, will GSX be dead after 24? Yes. Yes, it will be dead after 24. Let's go ahead and turn 2. So technically, we didn't really hear anything until light-off, so we'll focus on the engine parameters here. I love these old gauges. See, I mean, we've got there's systems model. You see the PSIs coming up. I mean, it is pretty dang nice. All right, here we go. Light off. Watch this. Shh, shh, shh. Transfer clicks. I didn't hear anything on that second one. Two good starts. Bring you back to ignition start. We'll get the APU back on. We'll go ahead and turn off the APU air. We will turn off the master switch of the APU. Galley power can come back on. Overhead looks good. We're doing a flaps 15-15. Here we go. Pretty decent on the flaps. Pretty decent on the flap sound. Pretty decent. Lucas, route today it's pinned. SAFC SAW WH. SAWH SAFC. Pinned on the chat box. Alright, we are 15-15. We didn't hit 250 likes yet, so I'm going to start prepping for the Flex TO. Thrust limit. TO. We're going to do a Flex TO of 67. Ooh, that's going to be really juiceless. Make sure you hit those likes. Get the juice up. We're only at 95%. We'll do a flight control check here. That works. Alright, we'll get the taxi light on real quick. Last thing we need to do is also make sure our trim is set. We're going to arm all doors. Alright, doors are armed, and take off. Where does it tell us? Oh, 0.0, so basically neutral. Okay, neutral trim. And release the brakes. Takeoff config test. Normal. Let's go. see that? Is there a TriStar coming? Yes, TriStar is coming in 2025. This is the closest we have to a TriStar, except maybe the MD-11, which is pretty mid. Actually, I don't know, what would be closer to a TriStar? Probably the 727, actually. But since iniBuilds is making the TriStar, we're trying to get back on the iniBuilds train here with the A300. We'll be taking off like a 737-900ER. That's up to you guys. The takeoff juice rests steadily in your hands. We'll go TARAs. Selected 2000. Let's see, what time is it in Central America? Or this part of the country? Is this Eastern right now? So is it 2:40 Eastern? I'm wondering if we should run the sim forward a little bit because we don't have Rex Atlas on. I can tell you, really excited for the L1011. We were doing a preparation flights a few months before release. Apollo, I would be excited if it was only a few months before release. It could be upwards of a year. I have no idea. All I know is iniBuilds teased us, and it's an L10, and I am honestly just as excited, maybe even more excited for the L10 than the 7.2. Even though the 7.2 would probably be my number one. It's just, they're both my absolute favorite. I mean, that's where, as a kid, 727 power back on the glass, I saw it, I felt the vibration, I was hooked in aviation ever since. First family vacation, ATA to Hawaii, L1011, hooked, man. So, I just can't wait, man. I cannot wait. Those two aircraft, and then throw in the PMDG 7.4 that's coming. We might literally start a new channel for retro ops. Go high, TriStar forever. Yeah, buddy. The aviator I know, dude. How exciting is it, man? What a time to be alive. In 2024, and here I was thinking that, old school airplanes were going to be dead. Thankfully, we still got some old school boomers developers out there that want to bring the history back up, because all the new school devs, they want to go glass, right? That's what, and I mean, I get it. That's what everybody wants to fly. That's modern aviation, but there is something special about flying retro jets in the simulator. That maybe it's an era thing, like it has to do with what time period you grew up in. But I don't know, man. There's something about it that is just so much more satisfying, so much more enjoyable than taking off in a 7.3 Max and turn the autopilot on. You can fly just as far as a Boeing 7.4 and the L1011. That's crazy, man. Peter Green, the DC-10 is interesting too. I'm not sure why. Maybe that'll come in the future. Who knows? But there is a decent, I've been paying attention to the aerodynamics. It's a freeware DC-10 that's going to be released. They haven't released any information on the release date, but the pictures and some of the systems modeling that they've got going on there, it's looking very promising for a freeware project. Now, my only thing is I am very cautious when it comes to being excited. I'm trying to find a better way here. When it comes to being excited for freeware. So my reservations are dampened for the DC-10, but I gotta tell you, from what I've seen, it looks pretty dang good.
557, lining up on
pretty dang good. Lining up on final after following hours of VOR on the Fokker is my most satisfying. Yes, all the gear, no idea. Absolutely, man. We're going to do a Fokker flight too this week. I think we're going to do a Fokker flight. I'm going to do 727 next, and then maybe the Fokker F-28 again. Am I excited for the 350? Yeah, I'm excited for the 350. But I'm more excited for an L1011 than a 350 and 380 combined. We already have a 380, but I know iniBuilds is probably going to have a little bit more depth to theirs. I imagine their 350 is going to be pretty dang good. And I imagine that's going to break the internet, probably be the most popular airplane to ever exist, because it's the most modern airplane to ever exist, I think, right? 350. So that airplane will probably break the internet, and that'll be what everybody wants to watch. And I will fly it. I'm excited for it. I think the A350 is one of Airbus's better looking airplanes. So I'm excited for it, but I hear L1011 and I get it's a whole nother
Go
level.
to traffic.
It's a whole nother level. A 73300 from Microsoft, I'd pay $100 for that. I think a lot of us would, Lucas. I think a lot of us would, and that's my. There goes a Max right there. Speaking of children of the magenta, I think there's a lot of people that would buy a 7.3 Classic, and I don't know. I got a weird feeling. I think Fenix is going to do it, man. I got a weird feeling Fenix is going to do a 7.3 Classic. If I keep saying it, it'll come true, right? Got to keep saying it. Speak it into existence. What I can assure you guys, though, is that if Fenix is actually ever doing something, don't ever listen to what I say, because after blowing up the last debacle with the 321 Neo, or 321 Sharklet, rather, yeah. I think I'm on the naughty list. All right. SAFC traffic, fast 357, going to line up 25. Let's go. Not supposed to line up and wait when there's no controller on. Alright, takeoff is set, lights are set. Here we go. Did we hit two? We didn't even hit 250 likes. Alright, here we go. We're going with the mid flex of 67 for takeoff today. I'll tell you what we are going to do though. We're going to run the sim time forward about an hour. It's 4:47 local. Let's run it up to 5:47. That's close enough. We'll do it like that. Look at the runway textures. See, this little, I say little, I'm assuming it's like a 1 or 2 man team. These guys that do these sceneries down here, they have some great texture. I'd argue that this is better than the original Flightbeam SFO runway textures that they copied over from FSX. That's a terrible lineup, so we're going to fix that here. Would I ever see myself flying long haul? Not in my future. Not to say that I would never, but it's not something I'm interested in. I did a 5-hour flight transcon last month, and I was wiped after that. That ain't my style. Here we go. You guys ready? SAVC traffic. Fast 357 departing runway 25. Here we go. Y'all ready? Let's pull them up 50. Toga. Oh yeah. Alright, thrust set. SRS heading. 89 thrust set. That's super mid compared to 102% thrust we could have used. V1, rotate. Positive rate, gear up, fly with. Oh, so much more tame. Much easier to control. Trim in there. Alright, here comes our reduction. Lower the nose. Begin accelerating. I mean, it does feel pretty good. It flies pretty good. Here comes our, let's go 15 on the flaps. Or 15 and 0 rather. Look at the real turb working. So I've changed my settings. I went to simulator turbulence to low. And real turb is on. So real turb is on, sim settings are low. And we're getting bumped here. Zippy, I think you're right, man. You got to flex in this. This bird is borderline uncontrollable when you go Toga. And matter of fact, that was actually a hazard for go-arounds. Guys doing go-around thrust, fully configured, and then going to straight takeoff. So we're going to clean her up, flap 0, we'll get the slats in. But yeah, just because of the pitch change. Man, it is choppy here. We are getting bumped. Alright, I don't know if I can set my gear handle to off. There we go. Alright, good, I did. Gear handle off. Up, flaps are retracted. We're looking good. We're 200, there's a 220 knot restriction here. We're about to kind of blast it through that already. Look at that wing flexing though. I can barely hear vodka. I had to turn them up. See, Team Vodka, I bet you don't have turbulence like that right now. Bank angle check to the left. Love the flapper on action out here. I know Wingnut's not a huge fan of this wing, but I actually think it looks pretty good. One thing I hope for 24, that iniBuilds for the L10 and all their airplanes that they're bringing, I really hope they really focus on sounds as well. Like, these sounds aren't bad by any means. And these are actually pretty good, but I know iniBuilds they've had some issues with sounds in the past, just like after updates happen, things get kind of out of balance, if you will, if that's a good way to describe it. This actually sounds pretty good. So I'm liking this. But I think at one point, I think something got bugged, right? And it took a while. Maybe that was the A310 I'm thinking of. But everything is sounding really good here. Once you get real turb, you never go back. Well, I'll tell you what, man, it definitely brings the airplane to life a little bit more. But once you get this airplane trimmed out, I mean, look at this. This is just flies great with the force feedback. Now, my question would be, is it going to work with autopilot on? We'll see. We have another restriction here. Oh, that's Center above 5. We've definitely blasted through that. So here goes 10K. We're still profile thrust climb nav. Let's go ahead and turn these off. Wing lights off. Turn offs are off. Ding the flight attendants. Let them know we're through 10,000. Begin to accelerate here. I'm going to keep hand flying this. You know what I forgot to do, Nicolum? I forgot to do reduction from wing view. It's a little bit different in the A300, so it automatically goes to climb thrust. It'll cycle climb thrust when it's in auto mode. Do you see that? So we're
that's going to be traffic
in auto
on an
mode.
upper
It already
race, going to
cycled
be
to
lining up
climb.
and waiting on 25.
Now, it probably wouldn't have been that awesome anyway because we only did a flex of like what 60 something. So you got to remember that D rate when you go to climb thrust. If you're doing high flex takeoffs, and this is true in the Airbus too, where we really started that whole trend of reduction from engine view, is if you're doing a super high flex, your flex thrust might be very similar to your climb thrust, so you may not hear anything. Where you hear the biggest change is when you have a not derated or a no flex takeoff. That's where you're going to get those big changes. I have seen, I mean, we took off a heavy 321 out of Baltimore last month, and we were flexing like, I don't know, 60. I was very surprised, but we just had the performance to do it. So like your takeoff thrust is 88, 89%. You know, you're not even in the 90s, and your climb thrust is 88, you know, and your climb thrust will actually increase as you go up in altitude. So if you want to get the maximum reduction, go Toga. Pre-select seemed to work fine for me. Team Vodka, you're right. It seemed to work just fine for me as well. So far so good. Things are looking good here in the A300 today. We might have to fly this airplane again. If this flight goes without a hitch, there's some really good liveries that came out since the last time I've flown this bird. I mean, and look, I think that looks good, man. It feels good to be back in this airplane. How hard was it to map the throttles? I have a Bravo. Grant, I'm actually using my Bravo throttles right now. Super easy. What you want to do, though, make sure it has a throttle calibration in the EFB. So make sure you do the calibration in the EFB before you take off.
Going to traffic.
And your reverse is not going to be on same axis. You're going to have toggle reversers like I do. Alright, this is looking good though. I mean, this is hand flying awesome. Oh, I love this hand flying stuff in this A300. Another hay ice from Lucas, man. My biggest gripe with the Fenix is no EIS-1 CRTs. What? I paid more for that. Nah, man. The CRT, I think it would be cool. You know, if speaking of Airbus, if FS Labs wants to do something different, then they should do a full EIS-1 CRT Airbus. But by the pictures, it does not look like they're doing that. Yeah, I mean, most modern Airbuses, though, are all, I mean, I say modern. All the modern ones are, but yeah, I don't think Fenix is going to be doing that. Because it's more than just a visual change. And from the winglet update, the sharklet update, you should know that Fenix doesn't do anything just visually. I mean, they do everything legitimately. They do their research, and they make sure they have the performance to back it up, like with the performance data on the airplane. So, Andre, FS Labs said they're bringing a 321 Classic to the sim, which I am, honestly, I'm pretty shocked. I'm shocked, but not shocked. I don't know if they're going to release it for 2020. If they release it like this week, then what did we talk about on the last stream? We literally said all these devs drop in airplanes that are unfinished just before 2024 drops because they don't want to be irrelevant and they need the money. And I understand from a business perspective. I 100% understand that. But you got to be careful with which things you're going to purchase. So like the 146 that just dropped, I don't think it fits in that category because it's literally a complete airplane. There is nothing unfinished about that airplane. It works great, flies great. It's one of my favorites to have in the sim. I love having that RJ Airliner displays. It looks really, really good. Look at this thing trimmed out like a freaking rock. I love it. But you know, there's other airplanes out there. I'm not going to go naming names, but that are unfinished that came out just before 2024. And it, I don't know, man. Slippery slope. What's happening with Just Flight A300? It was B4, wasn't it? Yes. No, F4. B4, F4. The old school version. And they're still working on it. They just haven't... I think it's coming after the F100 series, which will be sometime into 2024. It almost sounds like, and I don't know, I don't speak to... Just Flight on these matters. Let's go ahead and go autopilot on. Let's see if Team Vodka's profile is going to work here with the autopilot. Everything looks good so far, man. Go full screen cam here. I love how this thing just trimmed out though, almost just spot on. I was kind of vibing with this wing flex view here. Look at this, just that subtle, chonky wing flex. It's the Dash B4. So it almost seems like to me, and I don't know if this is true or not, it's my speculation here, but it almost seems like after Just Flight has released the 146 or the RJ, the fact that there hasn't been much on the F100 or the A300 is that they're probably, I'm guessing, maybe waiting for 24 to drop to see what it's going to be like for those products to be on 24. I don't know. But I would think if they were really focused on, or if it was a lot closer to being released for 2020, I think maybe we would have heard a little bit more. I don't know. I could be completely wrong, but it almost seems like they're just kind of staying reserved until the new sim drops, because if you don't have marketplace aircraft, I believe, then you didn't get access early, right? I think that's how I understand it. So if you have a marketplace aircraft, your marketplace dev, then you may have gotten access to the sim early. I think PMDG is included in that, so I'm not sure, but that's kind of what I'm thinking. I say that because most OGs besides the Neos that fly here in Brazil are EIS-1. Oh, really? Well, I'll tell you what, Lucas, thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you. Every United bird that's not a Neo is an EIS-1, so you got that going for you too. A lot of EIS-1 still in the U.S. So other than the new stuff, they're all EIS-1. CRTs. F-28's on the marketplace. You're right, Kyle. Interesting. I wonder then. Could be wrong. iniBuilds is dropping an L-1011 Viper. McAllen says, what could FS Labs possibly bring to the table for someone to buy the 321? And that's what I agree, man. I 100% agree with you, because what I even said this in the Discord earlier. Like, what could they bring that would make anybody want to buy their airplane? I'm literally at a stumped road when I'm trying to think what is not implemented in the Fenix that I would really like to see. Other than ACAR stuff, which I think is more of a hobby. I don't even know the functionality behind the ACARs in SimWorld. Half the airlines in the U.S. don't use it all the time anyway. It's either for PDC or maybe do some en route clearances in certain centers, but that's really the only thing I can think of. PMG are starting to have concepts for updates, should be on the way for 2026. Did the chat win? Oh, with Miss V1's in the house as well. Yes. You know what? Let's take a minute. I got to get back to that. Yesterday we had a poll. The chat voted 61% that my fourth V speed, or my fourth child, would be a boy. And I said if you chat was right, I would give away something. And you guys were right. So we found out last night that the last child, we're going to name him V and E. The never exceed speed. We're done. So V and E, we got V1, VR, V2, VY, and now we have V and E. So I will think of something. I could do software stuff. I was thinking of either like a big gift card. We'll do it here. We just hit 44K subs, which is awesome. Thank you guys for subscribing to the channel as well. I do appreciate all the subscribers here. But I was also thinking about, I'm trying to see what I have duplicate stuff hardware-wise. Like, I think I have another magnetic base, the Thrustmaster stuff that I give away. I'm going to be giving away my tiller, and I'm going to think of something good, and we'll do a long haul. We'll do a longish haul flight, and then we'll do a little celebration on that. So stick around for that. But you guys are awesome. Thank you for all the support over the years. And AJ Funari dropping in 10 gifted memberships. Uh-oh. I think she's on her phone or something. Maybe she doesn't have memberships enabled, AJ. Appreciate the support, though, AJ. Thank you so much, man, for the 10 gifted memberships. And Rastique as well, dropping the 10 gifted memberships. Rastique, AJ, thank you guys so much, man. Rex Atmos giveaway. But thank you all. You guys are absolutely awesome. I really appreciate all the support over the years, like I said. So it's been a long journey. Some of you remember when I started streaming, I had 0 kids. 0 kids. We are at number 4. So what you gonna fly for the long haul? I don't know yet, Peter Green. I don't know yet. We'll see how this airplane. We'll see. We've got some decent long haulers now. We got the triple. We got the MD-11. We got the. You know, I almost want to stretch the legs on the 7.2, but I don't know. We'll see. We shall see. And another 10 from Pat. Pat, thank you for the 10 gifted memberships as well, Pat. Very, very kind. Thank you so much for that. Appreciate you. Turning at the chat. Agree. How do you stay sane? My two is enough. Fonzie, it's a great question. That is the great mystery, isn't it? You know, I feel like if you're a parent out there, you know this feeling. It's like you almost just go into a haze. You know, like time just happens because you're either so sleep deprived or you're tired. Stuff is so busy all the time. I mean, especially the 2 under 2 phase. Now, I couldn't have done any of it without Miss V1, so... she says I'm always streaming. That's how. Yes, I'm always streaming. So she's at home with the kids. I'm here. I'm at the V1 HQ doing my streaming. So yeah, that's. I mean, I'll tell you what. Streaming does help survive. Streaming does help. Ionu, thank you so much, man, for the $20 super chat, man. Really, really appreciate that. Very, very kind. Appreciate you, Inos. Congrats, best wishes to the growing family. Hey, thank you so much, man. I'm going to take that 20 and get something nice for Miss V1. She deserves it, absolutely. Thank you so much. Very, very kind. Lucas Bug, I have not forgot, dude. I have not forgot. Total Cargo Ops. I have not forgot. Not forgot. We'll do it, my man. Aker Gorlami Place. Thank you so much for the 10 gifted memberships as well. Dude, you guys are absolutely awesome. So much. Thank you so much. Bill's Mafia dropping a $5 super chat to a healthy and beautiful baby. Hey, man, cheers to that. Thank you so much, Bill's Mafia. Appreciate you. Very kind of you, man. From the Scrub Club to super chats. That takes some... That's great, man. Appreciate the support, dude. Thank you. HA says 24 months left. V1 went in and changed Miss V1's phone settings so that she can't get a membership. I don't know why I'm kind of surprised that she doesn't have one. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. Do you not have them enabled? Everyone is green except literally my wife and like maybe 2 people. It's a conspiracy. Felis, ooh, you know what, AJ? Maybe I'll have to poll it. I'll poll it between Felis and something else. Because I do want to fly that Felis, man. I saw Mr. Saturday's video pictures of that Pan Am 7.4. Kyle, thank you so much, man. 10 more gifted. Jeez, 50 new members dropped to the channel just like that. You guys are absolutely amazing. Thank you all. Really, really appreciate it. You guys are absolutely awesome. Thank you all for the support. Very, very kind. V1 Nation, best nation, right? You guys are absolutely awesome. Absolutely awesome. All right, we're leveling at 350. Let the airplane settle in here. Nash F10. Thank you. Was that a 380 winglet? What kind of wing are you sitting on there in your profile? Nash F10. Thank you. 5 gifted memberships. Very, very kind. Very kind. Man, oh man. V1 Nation better than Cowboy Nation, confirmed. Confirmed, Dub. That's not even a question, Ed. Not even a question. Work phone keeping me from paying attention to the stream. Tyson, what's up, man? All right, we're all settled in here. Let's see if we go outside view. Let's turn this down a little bit before we go. Actually, you know what we can do? Let me try this. Let's see if these work here. We'll go settings, audio, external to like super low. Oh, look at that. That's nice. We'll do this. Which side should we do? I like that right there. All right. Oh man, I can hear the wind ripping up here. Let's turn that down. Let's turn that down. All right, where is my South America, Latin America playlist? Actually, I tell you what do we got in Argentina? Let's do a search for Argentina music. Is that a thing? Alleys of Buenos Aires. Miss V1 leaving empty-handed. What kind of community is this? Beef Jesus. I don't know, man. I'll take my my non-member account as elsewhere. L1011, Jordan, it's on the horizon, man. It's on the horizon. Nash dropping in 10 more. Nash, thank you so much, man, for the 10 additional gifted memberships. I appreciate you, Nash. Eastern T3 dropping in 5 more. You guys are insane. 70 new members already? My goodness. How was anyone left without a sub? Lima Echo Lima, I have no idea, man. I have no idea, my man. Eastern T3, thank you for the 5 gifted. Oh, my word. I'm pretty sure at this point we're gifting memberships to people who aren't even here. Virtual Flight Diaries. I can't even keep up anymore, Zippy. I'm with you, man. You guys are so awesome. Thank you, VFD, for 10 more gifted memberships. VFD, Virtual Flight Diaries, dropping in here. Oh, my word. I'm going to have to look at the new emoji. So, the next emoji, should we do in memoriam of Air Canada 104, a.k.a. Gustavo Slustavo? Or do we need a dead to me emoji? Your new kid already has a membership. Jeff, that's true. Our unborn child already has a membership to the channel. That's how many gifted subs you guys just gifted out. You guys are awesome. Or a kablamo emoji. Lucas, another 50 hey ice. Lucas, my man, appreciate you. Speaking of total, did you guys know the 734F meant to replace the 72s? Yes. It caught fire, right? That was one that just caught fire, right, Lucas? Man, that's crazy. Hey, thank you so much for a 50 hey ice donation, Lucas. Really appreciate that, man. Appreciate all your super chats. I haven't forgot. I have not forgot about the Total Air Cargo Ops. I've got delivery. We're just waiting. Now that we're back in South America, maybe we'll have to do it. Thank you, Lucas. And Lucas Pedrosa with 5 gifted memberships. Jeez. I'm like trying to scroll back in the chat here just to see who's gifting. You guys are insane. Lucas, thank you so much, Pedrosa, for the 5 gifted memberships and all the gear and no idea. I love your name, and thank you for the 5 gifted memberships, man. Really appreciate you. Fly X-Plane on stream this time. You'll get a CPL from me. I do want to fly that Felis, man. All right. You guys want a Tango. We're going to skip it. Let's move on. I just searched for Argentinian music. This is nice. Did I see the Aero Sucra? I did. I did. It's absolutely wild. Or Part 61 Cowboy. Okay, hold on. Let me put a poll in. Let me put a poll in here. I can't even click poll because there's more gifted memberships. Dale Farrier with 10 more gifted. My man, appreciate you. Very kind, Dale. Thank you very much for that. Oscar Iniguez with 10 more gifted memberships. My goodness gracious. Thank you so much, Oscar and Dale, for an additional 10 and 10 on the gifted memberships. You guys are awesome. Thank you all for the support. All right, I'm going to type this. Hopefully I don't miss anything here while I'm typing this out. We have to... Next emoji slot. Hey, whoever just said my sim looked good just jinxed me because we just lost connection. Kablamo? Kablamo. Dead to me. Or Air Canada 104. Never forget. Kablamo, dead to me. Air Canada 104. Or should we do a grave danger? I'll put that in the poll. Because I can only do 4. Landing imminent, Mickey G. Alright. The poll is out. And while I was typing that, I missed something else. Lucas, another 2 hey ice. We getting V1 out of airline flying, boys. We're doing it, man. We're going to try it. Thank you, Lucas. Heading towards Europe soon. Toward Hope at 50... At 55... I'm sorry, 55. At 45K subs, which we just hit 44,000 subs today. So you guys are awesome. Thank you for the support. We got 1,000 to go. And at 45K, we're going to do our long haul. We'll head back to Europe for another Euro tour, which I think everyone will appreciate. It's been a long time since we've flown out there. And we did a lot of that flying in X-Plane, so it'd be kind of cool to do... I can't find the best view for the A300, you know? I kind of like that view. I think we need an I hate GSX emoji. Don't have to worry about losing your connection to X-Plane 12 Swarm. You're absolutely right there. Dead to me seems pretty popular already, huh? I might have to... I'm going to skip some of these tangos. Everybody's oblivious emoji. Skystar, you and me both, dude. I'm more excited for the L1011 than pretty much anything else except... Well, no, I'm more excited for the L1011 than anything else. Right behind that, PMDG 74. Yep. GSX's love-hate relationship. I'm trying to see right now if I can go into the emoji slot here. Alright. Looks like Dead to Me is going to win that one, huh? Greetings from Uruguay. What's going on, Matthias? Welcome. I'm also very excited for the 741. A 741, like how cool is that? A 741? Alright, I don't know if I can do this music much longer. I can't. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's get more back into some, like... Oh, this was on a 310 pilot video. Nope. How about, like... I'm trying to find the right playlist. La Fusion. That sounds good. Fusion music, Latin America. Mach number? Oh, I've heard this song before. It's a good song. I don't know. What's your Mach number, Team Vodka? Right now we're doing 7.9 Mach. Do we need to pick it up? Let's do 8.0. Let's do 8. Let's do 8.1. I'll do 8.1. How's that? We'll pick it up. 8.1 Mach. How about a DC 910? You know what? Give me the Fokker 100 series, and that'll be fine for me. I could take or leave a DC 9. El Jefe 1 has entered the chat. Oh boy. Sorcerer Dave, what's going on, man? Says I was obsessed with the Captain Sim L1011 back in the day, even installed some sketchy mods to make work in P3D. Dude, Sorcerer Dave, I'm right there with you, man. That's why I said reaching out to iniBuilds. If anybody knows anybody at iniBuilds, they need some real-world L1011 simulator experienced pilot. Hit me up, because I would love to help them up. What happened to our ortho? Did our ortho die? You see the line back there? Do I need to turn it back on? Because we lost connection. Does that turn photogrammetry off or something? Hold on, let's check. What is that under? Data. Being on. Can't wait to stream the entire simulator. Uh-oh. Did I hear about the FS Labs 321? I did. Ah, much better. I just don't know what FS Labs is going to bring to the table, man. I just don't know why. I just don't know what they're... I don't know. Unless, here's the only thing that I could think of that would make semi-sense to me for them doing this, like, is if they already have 2024, you know, maybe they had they already had the SDK, maybe, and they were developing, and they're going to release their 321 CEO on release day with a fully functioning 321. That would be the only way I could see them, like, capturing some of the narrow-body Airbus market. Because I don't think Fenix is going to work on day one. Amir already said that they're going to work on compatibility on day one as soon as they get their hands on the sim. They haven't had the sim. So as soon as they get their hands on the sim, they're going to be working on it. So that leaves us to think, well, I don't know if it'll work on day one, which I can understand. I'm planning on running 2020 until everything is stabilized in 2024. I'm perfectly content running 2020. It's looking good right now. I mean, you can't tell me the sim doesn't look juicy right now. Look at this. We got everything looks good. Airplanes are flying good. So I'm not sure. Flight model Turk, what would be improved about the 321 flight model? Right now, I've flown FS Labs. Granted, it was in other simulators, but of every Airbus I've flown on a desktop sim, what we have with the Fenix across the board, 19, 20, and 21, it is quite literally the closest thing I have flown to the real sim and I say to the real sim, like a level D sim, because you can't compare to the real aircraft. When you're in the real nothing will fly like the real airplane as far as the feeling and the sounds and all that. But you can look at performance numbers and stuff, which is what level D sims do, and it's very, very close. It's the closest thing that we have to that. So, is it close to the real aircraft? Yes, it is close to the real aircraft. But no airplane on any desktop sim is going to feel and fly exactly like a real airplane, because unless you've flown a real airplane, you don't really know what flying a real airplane feels like, and you just can't have the same thing. Now, you can get very close. That's why we have simulators to train on. We practice emergencies, so when we have them in the real airplane, we are competent, and we can do what we need to do to keep that airplane safe, right? So simulators, even though they don't fly 100% like the real airplane, they're very close to the real airplane in most aspects. So let me just give you an example. The real world sim, the engines, as far as fuel flow, vibration, all the parameters, oil temp, oil PSI, they are copy-pasted an image. They're the same exact thing. Now, if you have a failure or the instructor is triggering a fault in the sim for your training session, then obviously it's different. You can simulate all of that. But you can't, the Fenix even has randomization of its engine model between the two engines. The real world sims don't have that. So, I mean, when I say it is close to the real thing that we have, or what we have is as close to the real thing, I truly, truly mean it. I mean, I don't know what could be better. If they have something better, I'll be interested to hear it. You know, will I stream it? I don't know. Will I fly it? Yeah. I'll probably buy it and fly it just to see. I have reservations with the core developer of FS Labs. I think there's a lot of drama around FS Labs I know there was a lot of drama back in the day. I was subject to their drama back in the day, so it's not like my favorite dev to come onto the market, so I don't know if I want to be like promoting their stuff, especially if it's some sort of a money grab. But if they have if somehow, and I could be wrong, if their product is somehow better, then we'll have a discussion about it, and then I'll show you all what the differences are. But I just can't see it. I literally cannot think of a reason what would be better about an FS Labs Airbus. Malware devs, exactly. Went on a Fokker 100 a couple weeks ago. Can't wait to recreate the flight. Oh yeah, Skystar, that's awesome, man. They should have done 321 Neo. You're absolutely correct, Kyle. If they wanted to come out guns blazing, if they were dropping their airplane, if they said, hey, we're doing a 321 Neo, okay, now you're going to get customers. You're going to be able to spread your name a little bit, and if you have a good product, then it's going to put you right back up there in the discussion of some of the best devs, well, some of the best software out there. Because I will be honest with you, FS Labs, I used that to train on my initial type rating. When I first got to the Airbus, that's what I used to train on my type, is I used the FS Labs Airbus on FSX. So I know they make a good product. I know they can make a good product. I know the FS Labs Airbus is a good product. Is it 100% perfect? No. Is the Fenix 100% perfect? No. But the Fenix is so good, and in my opinion, in this sim and in this platform, with the dynamics of this platform and the weather and everything that happens around you, I just don't see what the benefit is. Fenix streams are the best streams. You guys love the Fenix streams, and it never ceases to amaze me. We will fly Airbus day in and day out, and it's like you guys just come out of the woodwork for Fenix streams. I don't understand it. And I love Fenix. I think it's the number one out there. But at some point, we got to fly something else. Thanks for the $3 super chat, AJ. Only thing I could think of is FS Labs possible marketplace. Yes, AJ, and that's kind of what I was hitting on. Maybe I went down the wrong rabbit hole on that monologue, but that's what I said, AJ, too. The only thing not the only thing. It's either the Neo or, like AJ saying, if they have the SDK early and they're doing a marketplace airplane only, then boom, AJ's right on it. So, if they can bring it to the marketplace, then it would make sense. Lucas, another 2 hey ice. What's up, man? Yo, V1, I pay almost 6 hey ice to $1 read super chats. My man, what did I miss? Did I miss another one? Jeez. I did miss one. Sorry, man. Appreciate you. You guys, good news. Two-thirds steps complete. All exams passed. Only the medical stamp, and we're flying. Hey, Lucas, that's awesome, dude. Very, very cool, man. Appreciate you. Thank you for the 5 hey ice as well. You're almost there, man. 2/3. I like Phoenix streams because everyone, I learned something. Oh, that's good, Gray Shirt. That's good. Hopefully we can learn something on other streams too. Like VOR nav. What else could we learn? What can we learn on this flight? 3-to-1 rule. Top of descent management. Using thrust as a pseudo flight level change, like an idle descent, vertical speed descent. Thrust set in a house. What's going on, man? Excited for the 220? Yeah, Mikhail, I'm excited for the 220. I say not really. I'm excited to have another variant airplane on the sim, but L-1011, 747. That's what I'm excited about. I know a lot of people are, though. I know Winglet's losing it to the 220. Sorcerer Dave, I always turn out flying some dirty old retro plane into a weird little airport I never heard of. Can't promise I'm in the majority, though. Yep, you and me, Sorcerer Dave. You and me both, dude. We need a new professional series. We use the Phoenix 320. I know it. I know it. Lima Echo. How an Airbus pilot struggles with Boeing. Exactly. VOR never made sense until Duke streams. We got to get back in the Duke. We do. We need to do some more Duke flying. Because when we fly the Duke, things slow down a little bit, especially for VOR stuff. Wow, look at this. Look at this. Look at that. And this is without Rex Atmos, y'all. I'm trying to get the... look at that. Looks pretty good without Rex Atmos right there. That looks pretty good. Raising Cane's or Zaxby's? Raising Cane's. Hey, Lucas, take it easy, man. Thank you for the super chat, man. Appreciate you. Sorry for missing your other super chat, though, man. Appreciate all the support. Have a wonderful rest of your evening, man. We'll see you. Hopefully, next time you come back, it'll be 343 and you'll be flying, right? Tower Ray, Mr. Chicago. What's up, man? I just pulled into the O'Hare badging office, about to take my airfield driving test. Hey, listen, you be careful out there, man. I'm tired of almost hitting you guys on the freaking airport. Should be able to start practical de-ice training soon after. Very cool, Tower Ray. Very cool, man. Alexandra Bellini, a 10 gifted membership drop. Thank you so much. Another 10 gifted memberships from Alexandra Bellini. Thank you so much for the support. Really appreciate you. John, I'll tell you what, we'll do a Duke this week. I gotta buy him. I don't have him on this PC. I'll probably buy him after this stream. Is that a field down there, or is that just a... What is that? What am I... Did you guys see that? Hold on. Oh, it's a little lake or something. These little ponds down there. Oh, wow, look at that. The coastline. That looks awesome. I'll pick up the Dukes. I'll pick up the Dukes this week. Because I went back. I was trying to download all the old stuff that I had. But since the Dukes were early access, they were sent in an email. and the link is expired. So I'll pick them up. We need to get back in that Duke. I really wish... man, I wish I could transfer my old Duke because it had all the hours on it, you know? My old Duke, I think, had 100+ hours on it. L1011, Taco Bite. I can't wait, dude. Thomas Ray says, just got notice FAA banned all U.S. airlines from Haiti. Yeah, that's a good thing. It shouldn't have been flying there anyway, man. It's just, they got to figure it out down there. That's, the fact that they got away with just a couple bullet holes is very fortunate. Very fortunate. I think it's salt in Bonaire. They have huge salt mountains. Oh. They kind of look like salt. See, I'm learning stuff. Is it... Miss V wanted to change something. I didn't change something, Zippy. Maybe she's not subscribed. I don't She did. The only thing she changed is she got the app because I was tired of making fun of her or she was tired of me making fun of her for not having the YouTube app. she would use Safari to watch YouTube. I'm like, okay, we can't do this. Your husband has a YouTube channel. You need the YouTube app. That's the only thing different. Next stream is going to have to be a Duke, I think. Next stream or... I don't know, man. 727. The 727 United Battleship Gray was just released. Battleship Gray 727. And then Duke. We'll double up. We'll do a double up. Gorlami Plays, thanks for a $5 super chat. Duke stream, please. I've been asking for a while. Okay, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. We'll do it. The question is piston or turbine? I think it's got to be piston, right? It's got to be piston. The sounds of that piston when you spool them up for takeoff is just so epic. Let me reset you back around here. Maybe that's the angle we need, just a little bit lower, like that. Yeah, piston for sure. All right. Trans-state SOPs on the 145. We don't even have it. That's an airplane that I am very surprised we have not seen developed. The 145, 135, 140 series, you know? Change this thing on there. Why don't we have a 145? That thing was a workhorse like nobody's business. No, Tyson, not happening. Oh, we are due for another Kern Valley fly-in, Kyle. Safari is good to download Chrome. Opera or Firefox. John Seifert, thank you for a $5 super chat, my man. Appreciate you. Says some money for the Duke purchase. Props are not just for boats. John Seifert, my man. Appreciate you, dude. Thank you for the $5 super chat. Yeah, I'll definitely support Black Square. I think what happened is because it was a standalone aircraft for Black Square, it was sent differently, so it's not through my Just Flight email. But thank you, John. Appreciate the support. Kern Valley fly-in. What do you guys think? So if we're gonna fly into Kern Valley, we gotta fly in from somewhere else. We gotta stretch it out, dude. Like maybe a little bit of a longer flight in the Duke. Where could we leave from? What would be a longer flight? But we gotta time it so real time we're landing at sunset or last light, because if we're late, then people are gonna try to be landing in the dark, and it's not possible. It's very very challenging. We did Catalina before Zippy, and we blasted through there. It was like. It's like a 10-minute cruise, if that. Q400 needs to get a move on. Yeah, Majestic. Well, the last I heard, they're waiting for a modeler, right? So who knows? Maybe it'll drop in 2024. I'll tell you what, though. If that Q400 drops, I'm going to have to talk to Mr. Throttletek. I just got an email too. So American found bullet holes too. So everybody got shot up yesterday. Spirit Airlines, JetBlue, and American Airlines all confirmed to have bullet holes in their aircraft. Wow. That's pretty wild. I just can't do the lyric songs. Uh-oh. Skyfall come with a $10 super chat. Overdue for a cartel run. Sus location, but we will pretend that you didn't pick them. Wink, wink. You know what? Skyfall, what if instead of a Kern Valley fly-in, what if we fly into that airport, Vodka, what was it? In Colombia, we were going to go there in the 321 boat. Remember, We changed it. What was that airport, dude? Might have to change. I might have to get more to like slow beats. It's just getting me too hyphy here. That's a good song though. Wait for this one. This one's. Oh, I always think this is called El Alto, like the airport. It's El Auto. Zippy, yeah. From what I've heard, the flight attendant's gonna be okay. That was on the Spirit Airlines. She took some fiberglass to their face and neck. One of the bullets went through the slide bottle, and it exploded. She took some shrapnel there by 1L. Which is going to be okay. But Skyfall, thank you for the $10 super chat, man. I appreciate you. I think... So it's either a Kern Valley fly-in or that... yeah, not Matakana, the other one. We could do a fly-in there in the Dukes in Columbia. All white Dukes only. Migs, 5 gifted memberships. Migs, my man, thank you all for the support, y'all. You guys absolutely insane. Thank you for the gifted memberships, Migs. Good to see you. Hope you're having a wonderful Tuesday afternoon, my man. Thank you for the support. Oh yeah, we'll take the Dukes to Europe when we're in Europe. Once we hit our 45k subs, we will definitely do Duke flying down the cliffs of Dover or something like that. Mm-hmm. I think so. Oh, you know what, chat? I was gonna throw in a placeholder emoji. I'm not saying this, but we are 1 member short for the next emoji. So the way it works for getting emojis, you have to have certain levels of memberships, and I was like, man, we are pretty much... And once, even as memberships expire, as long as you have an emoji in the slot, it locks it in. I was going to put a placeholder in there. We are 1 member shy. It looks like the dead to me emoji is going to win, so we're going to put dead to me. That'll be the next one. Jeremy, what's going on? Good to see you, man. It's a baby boy. It's a baby boy. And we're very excited, Jeremy. Uh-oh. Alexandra Bellini dropping the 5 gifted memberships. Oh, no. I was afraid this was going to happen. I wasn't asking for it. Trust me. I was just like, hey, we're so close, y'all. There we go. Alexandra Bellino, the 5 gifted. And it's Kyle dropping 10 more gifted. Hey, thank you so much. We have definitely... nailed it. Akor Lami plays also the gifted membership. Appreciate you. Q the who said it? Q like the 10 to get single gifted. Appreciate it. 49 Whiskey gifted a membership. You guys are awesome. You're all very, very awesome. Let me see if I can put the placeholder in there now. Yeah. All right, I've got a placeholder locked in. And we'll be good to go. You guys are awesome. Thank you. So dead to me. I think we'll throw in dead to me, but can't do it yet while I'm live. So next stream. Thank you guys. 49 Whiskey. Appreciate you. Alexandra Bellini. Acrolami plays. It's Kyle. Everybody awesome. And Dylan. Thank you so much, Dylan. Appreciate you, man. Wow, look at these clouds, y'all. Look at this. We got to be getting close to something, aren't we? Yeah, we're getting close to top descent. 160 miles. We're just getting ready to start down soon. Dylan R., thank you so much, man. Appreciate you. 5 gifted memberships. Still missed it. I don't know what happened there. Mixed. I don't know if it has a Spitfire. Ask Dougal. Dougal would probably know. I don't know if there's a Spitfire from Microsoft, actually. Lippy, yes, clouds are default. There is no add-on for clouds. There is no Rex Atmos. What you're looking at is default Microsoft Flight Simulator on Ultra. That's it. That's all she wrote. Ultra and 2K if you're streaming in 2K. It is available in 2K. Dylan R., I don't know if I said thank you, but thank you. Guys, thank you all for the support today. 147 gifted members to the channel today. Can't thank you all enough. Appreciate you. Google says there are 4 Spitfires for 2020. Interesting. So which one's the best one? Flying Iron? Scober? I'm not sure. I don't have any Spitfires. I'm not sure which one would be the good one. But we'll leave that to the Speedbird expert. Just 5 more members. Emoji business model. Migs, thanks for the 2 Canadian, man. Just 5 more members. Emoji business model. That's a great business model, isn't it? I can't do it with a clean conscience, though. Appreciate the super chat, Migs. Very kind of you, man. It's just like Miss V1 not getting a membership. I don't know what. I mean, maybe she's got to enable something on her YouTube app or something. I'm pretty. Yeah, we were giving memberships to people that probably haven't been on the channel in months. V1 needs to update the Nightbot false advertisement of podcasts. True story. If we hit 250 new memberships, do we get the balloon song? I don't even know what balloon song was. I would look it up and play it for y'all. But I was gone. That's when I was out. We were doing that 15-hour long haul. Something happened. The chat just went wild about a balloon song. Ask her to check the settings to accept gifts is a setting. Okay, Mr. Saturday, I'll do that for sure. It's gotta be, right? She just didn't, went all around her. Alexander Bellini, take it easy. I was about to leave for... Oh, I was about to leave for the gym. Let's get fat and enjoy the 300 instead. Alexander Bellini, I appreciate you. I was gonna work out before streaming, but then I went and got coffee instead. So right there with you. I've kind of fell off the train a little bit, and now we're getting into Thanksgiving, so Christmas around the corner. Maybe I'll wait till the new year, you know? Couple more pumpkin spice lattes, couple more cafe con leches. Jesse, yeah, I love the cloud formations, man. I'll make emojis. You were out for dinner on the Hawaii to LA flight. Miss V1 laughing at us. Yeah. Yep. That was back at the V1 HQ number 2 in Georgia. Really progress. Okay, we'll have to look. Yeah, Pilot Mitchell. It's a slippery slope. Getting a little bit of an oscillation out there. Oh, that looks so good, though. I can't wait for an L1011. I'm trying to hide that glitchy window thing. Look at that. What's trailing edge like? You know what? That looks really good, too, though. These old wings, I know you can't see down, but sitting up on top of them, that's a pretty cool shot, too. ETE, soon, Zippy. Vodka, how far are we? I just moved to this camera view and I don't want to save it, so. We're getting ready to start down. I know it was 160 miles a few minutes ago. I love big families. I'm one of 5 kids, Jeremy. Yeah, so this is... I'm from a small family, really. It's just my sister. But, yeah, I'm excited for it, man. I love it. It's awesome. Pressure cycle wrinkles, I know. It looks good. Who needs Atmos? Not me. I can't wait to watch the worst game of the season, Colts Jets. Look, I'm just thankful that they flexed it out of the prime time so the whole nation doesn't have to watch it. I don't even know if I'm going to watch it, to be honest with you. This has been the worst year for a Jets fan and arguably for a Cowboys fan, but I'm so numb to the Cowboys. Like, I never have expectations for them. I bought into the hype for the Jets this year because, I mean, it's the longest playoff drought in NFL history, since 2010. So, and the closest one to us is 2015. There's a 5-year gap, and they won the Super Bowl that year. So, but I bought into the hype, man. When you buy into the hype, it makes it that much more painful. Thanksgiving football, yes. Somebody posted in the chat so we have a football fight club. It's actually called the Scrub Club now because everyone's a bunch of scrubs in there. But somebody posted, I think it was a meme, it said, I can finally enjoy Thanksgiving with the family this year, and it just had all the Thanksgiving Day games listed. Like, who wants to? None of them are good games. They're all terrible teams. Ray Kit, go ahead. It would be the wing flexing, surely. What would be flexing, Dale? Wing flex wrinkles? Perhaps. Well, I guess it wouldn't be pressurized on the inside, right? Yeah. Yeah, there's no pressurization on the wing. So, yeah, just from the flexing. That looks so good, though. All right. TOD. Let's go to our prog page. Let's go to our flight plan page, actually. We are... Where's the mileage? I hate messing around with this box because I'm afraid it's going to crash. I'll put the destination... Don't crash. Oh, yeah, we're only 164 miles out. 80 miles from top of descent. Let's get one more song in here. Let's get a better song. And then let's get ready. That song was annoying. I don't like any of these songs. You know what song we need? You know what song we need? We need our, since it's, we have the 747 theme song, but it's basically the wide, I think I'm going to rename it to the wide body theme song. I love this one. We'll watch this one and then we got to start prepping. We're only 160 miles out and it's going to be quite the cinematic approach. So enjoy the airplane while you can, because we're going to be heads down as we descend into these clouds down there. Look at that juice. Beautiful. BD47, my man, thank you for your first super chat here on the channel. Appreciate you. V1, I took your advice and finished my engineering degree as a backup. Went on my first solo last week and also a bird strike on the wing yesterday. Hey, man, thank you for the 5 New Zealands, I think. Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for that super chat. Well, so how did you like it? Minus the bird strike. That's a little bit of excitement, right? Maybe that just means you're ready. That's your welcome to aviation, man. My first flight, we had, trying to remember, let's see if I remember the order. So the first flight, caught fire on engine start. Second flight, we lost comms. Or second flight was like severe turbulence, essentially. Third flight, we lost comms, I think. My first 3 flights in a 152. And by lost comms, I mean light gun signals. So, pretty cool. But NZ, that's awesome, man. Well, if you're going to go the flying route, make sure you keep us updated, all right? Ray Kit says, I know this is vague, but when I was on approach phase, I feel I come in too fast and really rely heavily on waypoint speeds. I always feel I'm going too fast. Any tips? Well, the only time that you really need to be flying waypoint speeds if you're on an arrival and there is a maximum or a minimum speed limit, rather. If there's a minimum speed limit, then you're going to need to comply with those. But inside of 10 miles on the final approach, there's no speed limits unless ATC is giving you one. So if you're in the Airbus, I always tell everybody 180 knots, flaps 2 at 2,000 feet, and you'll be good to go. Flaps 2, 180, or flaps 2, 180, 2,000 above the touchdown zone, and you will be on speed, stable every single time. So whatever you need to do to reach that window of flaps 2, 180 at 2,000 above of touchdown zone, do it, because then you'll be golden. Once you hit that 2,000 foot, go manage speed, gear down, and then configure flaps 3 and flaps full. You'll be perfect. Let's fly a T-Way L-1011 JFK to St. Louis. Let's do it, Jeremy. I'm ready. You know what? There's a TWA livery on the A300. We should fly that. But let's go St. Louis to JFK because I don't want to fly westbound right now with the winds. I'm flying 172. My school got rid of all of the 152s about a month ago. Nice. 172, much more comfortable, man. More space, more room. Just better handling. 152s are little squirrely suckers. Great kit, absolutely. When are there exceptions to the Airbus Golden Rule? Whenever it's a non-standard approach. So there will be approaches where for example, doing the LaGuardia, what's the one? They got the RNP in there now, but when it used to be the expressway visual, that one you would configure flaps 3 160 a little bit early. DCA river visual, you don't really need to be a non-standard there. You can do it depending on the winds just fine. But whenever there's an approach that's a little bit non-standard or a lot non-standard, then that rule goes out the window. But generally speaking, if your flaps 2 180, there's no reason you can't be stable by 1,000 feet. It was Thomas Ray, one of my Cessna 182 flights on time with my instructor. We flew around a storm cloud and I felt my hair stand up and I instantly knew what was about to happen. I turned away and got zapped. Nice, dude. It was a Civil Air Patrol Cessna 182. Hey, Squadron 402 represent Deer Valley. With the G1000, and my God, it was wild. We both took our hands off the yoke, and thank God we did because the electrical zap we felt was wild, and the radios died for a second. Thomas Ray, that's some wild stuff, dude. That's scary, man. Never want to get struck by lightning. That is some scary stuff, my man. All right, I guess we're 40 out. I feel like we should start down, but we'll wait a little bit long. We'll start down at 40, get ahead of this descent here. But glad you're okay, Thomas Ray. You know, didn't Blanco Lirio just do something about a lightning strike? Didn't UPS have a lightning strike and they lost a bunch of stuff? I had a buddy in an Embraer 170 get hit by lightning, and everything that Embraer said wouldn't happen happened. They lost all their stuff, and they were emergency electrical config flying off the not the ISIS. I think, what did they call it in Embraer? Just a standby attitude indicator. They had to fly an approach on the standby attitude indicator. Everything Embraer said it would happen if you got hit by lightning, it happened. Yeah, this bird definitely likes to keep us high, Kyle. We're going to get down and slow down early. We'll start at 40 out from the TOD. Composite Squadron 203, Hazleton, PA. Nice, man. Was it 302 or 402? I can't remember. Whatever Deer Valley was. I think it was 302. I know it was 02. What's the max vertical speed you do in descent? We don't really target a max vertical speed. I can tell you anything over 4,000 feet a minute, you're probably going to start to feel it. And it might be slightly uncomfortable. And I can also tell you in an emergency descent, which I've done for real, when you're excess of 5,500 feet per minute, you won't even know what's happening because you're so focused on what you're doing. So we don't really target that, but from a passenger aspect, like I said, anything more than 4,000 feet, you'll probably start to feel it in your ears, and the passengers might start to look around a little suspiciously. All right, let's go ahead and set 240. What we're going to do a nice vertical speed here. I'm going to pull vertical speed. No, we're not. We're going to do a profile descent. No. I guess we're doing thrust idle descent. That's fine. Let's bring it back to 80 on the descent. Down we go. We're going to turn up the external engine sounds and bring those suckers back up. Juicy. Let's go over here. Navigraph. Arrival airport. Sawway. Approach. ILS DME 25. All right. Probably should have loaded up an RMP. Would have been better. From Maybach. That one has a full procedure. These are all full procedure turns. Hopefully we won't do all those, hopefully. Should I disconnect autopilot during turbulence so it doesn't hurt to maintain altitude? Or it doesn't hunt? The only time you would disconnect autopilot in turbulence is if the autopilot was kicked off. What you should rather do is leave the autopilot on and disengage auto thrust. because that's when you actually need to turn off something, is when the thrust changes become super excessive, then you go auto thrust off and you set a power setting. ILS 3 for 2.5. ILS 3, I only see ILS number 1, number 2. Oh yeah, ILS 3 from Maybach. Okay, cool. Well, I don't want to reload the chart. I have Maybach in there though. That looks good. So we're looking good. We'll go to Maybach. We need to load up the frequency though. Why does it say US 111.3? Is there a different country approach? Oh no, that's the identifier. Ushuaia, US. Okay. 111.3. We actually have to do this old school way. So 111.3. That looks good. And the final approach course will be 252 degrees. Facepalm. Sorry. I was like, wait, US? Oh, we have a special frequency for US pilots? Listen, after flying in China on the Asia tour, we had to use meters conversions. All bets are off, dude. Minimum descent altitude is 200 on the DH, so we'll go DH 200. Just because I don't know how to do the... I think you just set the buff on this one, right? The speed bug. Be 200, so we'd go here. Set you at 200 like that. 200 feet. It's sea level, so don't matter really. We're going to probably be visual. That's my plan. Alright, I saw the stuff flicker. Let's make sure we have our data on. Okay, good. I just wanted to make sure we didn't lose our data, because this is going to be so awesome. If you haven't seen this approach, you guys are in for a treat. America. Do airlines have turbulence penetration? Yes, they do. Alright guys, hold on 1 second. You have control. I need to check my bid because it is December. So I want to see how my bid turned out for next month. So you have control. I'm going to go full screen to a different web page here. I want to see how my schedule turned out. Oh yeah, Zippy, I forgot. I got to put it in the MDH in the thing. That's fine. I'm not going to play with the box because I'm scared of getting a WASM crash. We're just going to leave it. Hide the fire handles from bomb tech, exactly. Fly-by-wire and say, what's up, Roscoe? Good to see you, man. L10 coming? Yes, it is, dude. iniBuilds. I know y'all need a force feedback profiler expert. Hit me up for the L1011. I can help you out. I have real-world Captain Sim L1011 training on FSX. You know the scheduling software is overloaded when I can't even log in to see my schedule for December. Literally every captain and their brother and or sister are loading in to check their December schedule right now. I can't even log in. I just want to see how screwed I got. I can't really complain, whatever this ends up being, because I've had a fantastic month of November. I'm doing one Cancun turn. I got vacation over Thanksgiving, so I gotta be happy, but I'm fully expecting to be hosed for my December schedule. New job posting at INI, niche hardware systems expert. Eddie turns to Haiti. No turns to Haiti, man. We are banned from flying to Haiti. All U.S. airlines are banned now for a month or so, is what they said. We're level at 240. We're above the prof, but let's go ahead and keep coming down for juice. Let's go ahead and select 190 for juice purposes. Can we prof change that down? Yeah, we're gonna prof down. You have control here. I'm going back to full screen. I gotta refresh the browser. Why is this locked? Like, this thing is locked up. I can't even. I can't even log in. I'm gonna try one more time. Oh, you know what? I know why it's locked up. Hold on. Let me try it. Try the secret way. Come on, I want to see what I got for December. His bidding app had a WASM crash. All right, I got the please wait. We're going. We're making it. We're making it here. How we doing? Everything okay up there? I can't see what's happening. We descending? Boss man, I'm trying to figure out if I got to work Christmas here. Let's see. I worked it. I didn't work it last year. I worked it, what, 2 years ago? I've been rather fortunate when it comes to Christmas in my schedule. But we'll see. I got a bad feeling about this year, man. My bid, I was kind of lazy on my bid for December. So I have a bad feeling about it. I got a bad feeling. Setting up main screen. Okay, we're in, chat. We're in.
Melvin is traffic United 557. Setting up runway 25 via Diablos 2 arrival, ILS 3.
Yeah, we got hosed hardcore. Dang. This is not good. Not good. So that's a turn. What day is Christmas? The 25th? Oof. Not good, chat. Not good. Let's see, Houston turn, Indy turn, Indy turn on Christmas Day. Gross. The day after Christmas, I start a 3-day trip, but not till super late. So that's workable. I could keep that. So I need to get rid of those turns. Somebody might want a late Christmas turn. Probably not. All right, so our only option, where are we at, chat? We're almost there. Hold on, I got to check one more scheduling thing. I got to check to see what the reserve grids are like so I can maybe drop the turn on Christmas. Let's see. You have control. Hopefully we're not icing up yet. I got a bad feeling. I can't tell you. It's still too early. All right. Well, all I can say is not good for right now. We're going to have to see if we can pull some magic. Get extra pay on Christmas? Yeah, like $10, man. It's ridiculous. It should be $200. That's what it should be, 200%. All right, let's go ahead and figure this out. We got to set 10,000 feet, yeah? At or above 14 for Dobley, which is good. We're good there. So let's set 10,000 for Epnan. I could still be hauling freight. That's right. Except they don't haul freight on Christmas Day, but you'd be hauling freight up Christmas Eve and the day after. So it's actually, I mean, in the grand scheme of things, could be worse. The problem is I've got a turn on Christmas Day, which is not, like I said, it's not the end of the world. Maybe somebody will want to do that. I don't know who would want to do it, but we'll see. We'll see if I can drop it. All right, time for the juice. I'd take it for you, but I'm missing 1,200 hours. Ninja Man, I'd give it to you. Even I think you'll be fine. You fly the Fenix, you should be fine. Southwest really hosed me, I know, man. I don't spend time with my family, I'll take it, Zippy. Zippy, I'll give it to you. Mix, thanks for the 3 Canadian, man, appreciate it. This will make up for the December schedule. And Miggs, I appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that. Thank you for that super chat. Thank you all for the support. Put the alerts back on here. Just set up your controls for the whole chat to fly. That would be pretty neat. All right, let's get into the zone here. Let's get all this stuff ready. Let's get flight recorder ready. Let's get G's ready. Sucks, dude. I feel your pain. I'm going to be gone the whole month of December. Ooh, Mickey G. I'm sorry for you, man. I feel that. So, see, could always be worse, right? Mickey G out there doing important things, though, for the month of December, I'm sure. All military, man. Guys get deployed months at a time. I just can't imagine. That would be so tough. So tough. Cost index 999 to get back at HR for scheduling. I guarantee you everybody who's doing turns on Christmas Day, they're probably flying cost index 99. I got an idea for a member giveaway. I'm sure the operator will go for it. Oh, no. Think of it as bringing people who only see their family on Christmas. I don't understand. Who flies on Christmas Day? Like, Captain I used to fly with got in trouble. I won't even say it. I'm not going to repeat it. I'll just leave it for members only. But why are y'all flying on freaking Christmas Day anyway, huh? We need to speed brakes out. We need to slow down here. Let's select speed 250. Who flies on Christmas Day anyway? Actually, we need to slow down more than that. 210. 210. Now we're getting connection issues. Why are we getting that? Put terrain on ND. Does it work? I don't remember. How did we get so high? I knew that TOD was off. Let's get all our lights on. I know it's Team Vodka's question he asked himself. Alright, let's go slats 15. Help us slow down here. Sim sounds are coming all the way up. Look at that though. I feel like we lost. Did we lose the thing again? No, we're still all on. Okay, good. That just looked pretty mid over here. I thought maybe this almost looked like old school FSX right here.
L-1011 is traffic United 557 on approach to runway 25.
Ushuaia traffic, fast 357 at 10,900. Get ready to join the ILS 25 into Ushuaia. We got the TCAS going on too. Let's select 180. Final approach fixed inside of my bar 57. Let's set 6,000. We're going to go flaps 15, 15 here. Let's see if we can save it. Should put a poll in chat. Is this better than Scardu? I don't think so. I don't know though. It's pretty sweet. I don't think we're going to make this 6,500 with 3,000 feet high. Let's go ILS on. ILS on. We're not going to arm the approach yet. We're trying to hustle down. What is 15, 15? I don't think we can go an additional flap setting yet, can we? Let's try it. Good flap sound there. That's good. Okay, there we go. That really opened up our speed window. Hey, you know what? We're below the loc. All right. VL or land? There we go. Loc, glide slope blue. Loc star. Easy there. Easy there. 180. We'll go ahead and stow the speed brakes. Recording is on.
And now this traffic United 557 slowing down to 230 for spacing.
All right, we are going, what is our takeoff approach? We're going to go 30-40, VAP 126, so we'll set 131. We're doing a 30-40 landing. We are looking good. Been at idle this whole way down. All right, let's get in. Let's get on this now. Let's bring out our cam, and we're gonna hand fly here pretty soon. I'm gonna bug speed IAS over here. Is at 131, so I'm gonna set the thrust levers. I have the thrust levers now. Auto throttle's off. I'm gonna bug 131. 131 is set. Autopilot's off. We're hand flying the approach. Look at this.
Open this traffic United 557 setting up for the ILS 3 runway 25 approach.
Okay, turn up all the sounds, man. Shy traffic, VASP 357 out of 6,200, approaching CI 25 on the ILS 25. Shy traffic. All right, here comes the glide slope. We're going to stand by on the bird. Oh, look at this. Ooh, a little bit of turbulence. Glide slope start going out to maintain 6,000. 6,000 is set. I think, is the loc a little offset? I can see where the runway is going to be. This looks like the missed approach, just loaded in. We got a heck of a wind here or something. Crab setup. This is going to make for one heck of a replay. Full juice approach.
Bridge traffic, Continental 338 can set up for the ILS 25.
Bring that power back to idle. We're going to set the Toga thrust. We're going to do manual brakes, full flaps. No auto brakes required. Lights are on.
And traffic United 557 slowing down to 165.
Catching up. Let's see where the runway is right there. This is stunning. I got to fly here. This is where I want to fly in real life, man. Can you imagine flying in here? What's down here? Anything? I select the go around button, not Toga. There is no go around button. I have the Toga button bound though. Alright, here we go. She's actually at flaps 2. Let's go bird on. Nope. Up. Oh, there you go. Bird on. At flaps 2, just pretty much gliding down here. We're landing at Ushuaia. There we go, gear coming down. Juice it up a little bit. I need to arm. I forgot if we armed those. Yeah, they're armed now. Speed brakes armed. Let's bring it in full flaps, 30, 40. Can you imagine this in an L-1011? All right, we're going to slow up to our final 131.
United 557 under 10 miles final.
How far do we? Ushuaia traffic, fast 357, 5 miles out, 25. Alright, fully configured, claps down, full gear is down, speed brakes are on.
Ushuaia traffic.
Let's catch up to
Continental figure 8,
the
50 mile final. 55.
that's up. Oh, look at the whales! There's massive whales out here. There's whales. We gotta catch up to this glide slope here. Too much sightseeing. We'll watch the replay. Alright, here comes the glide slope. Correcting on the sync rate. Let's get stabilized. I'm gonna go just about a half dot below it here, and then we'll stabilize the speed. There we go. Alright, let's go ahead and bring it up. Slow down. Get on the path. So this localizer is definitely off. You see that? It's probably in the notes. That's why you should do a thorough approach briefing. I'm going to just look outside and land on the runway because that's where she is. Trim it in the slot here. We are just about stable. The airport is not on the island, it's to the right. What are you talking about? I'm pretty sure we're on the right approach.
Traffic, good evening, Argentina 1898, holding on FSprojects flight level 100.
Ushuaia traffic. Continental figure 8, 10 mile final. 35. Okay.
I'm not sure what JP's talking about.
Ushuaia traffic, United 557 on a 5 mile final. Ushuaia traffic.
Beautiful. I don't know what JP's talking about. Zippy Band says. We're not at the wrong airport. The loc is offset 2 degrees. That is runway 25. And that is a butter. Oh boy, we got traffic right behind us. Let's go ahead and exit here.
And Ushuaia traffic, United 557, 3 nautical miles out from landing.
Ushuaia traffic, fast 575, taxi. Yeah, he's just trolling, dude. Trying to distract our juicy approach.
Ushuaia traffic. Continental figure 8, 5 mile final for 5. Ushuaia.
Ooh, we got an Aero Supra 7.2 right here. Oh, look at this. Look at these views. We gotta fly out of here. I'm not sure what happened to this guy right here. I'm not sure what that's all about. I don't know what y'all are talking about being at the wrong airport. Not at the wrong airport. Better check the ILS for Aero Supra. Here comes number 1.
Ushuaia, that's number 1, we're at 14 miles.
don't trust this guy, so I'm going to do my own parking. Beautiful. Brakes are set. Let's go see.
And
Inbound
for
traffic.
traffic, United 557 clear runway.
We got one more coming
25.
down. So you said there's there's an old airport. There's another runway over there, but we are definitely not landing there. That would make no sense. This is where we are landed, runway 25. Yeah, that's not, what is that? A sneeze of an airport? That's not even an airport. Here we go. Let's see the other A300 coming in here. Oh, what is this? This is A320? Who's this guy? Ooh, a 7.5. Oh, that actually looked pretty. Oh no! Oh! Uh-oh. 3 for the price of 1. Uh-oh, he's losing it. Uh-oh. You're too loose, Cougar. Oh my gosh. So we are at the right airport. Yeah.
Definitely was a spicy landing.
That was spicy. We'll see. All right, we got Team Vodka coming up next. All right, let's hang tight here. I don't want to shut them down. Do we have state saving in this? Let me stop the recording. Not state saving, but is there a way I could go insta mode, right, to start it up? I don't really want to shut it down yet. There's the other A300. Let's go look at this Zero Sucre real quick. Hold on, what's he doing here? Is this a model or this someone? This is actually somebody connected. This is too funny. We got a 17, 75.
Here within our holding room at time and continuing our descent according to that was
Doing this in DCS is interesting. Oh, is this airport in? I guess. Wait, is this in DCS? Is this airport in DCS?
Fast 11, we're 5 miles for 25.
Tempted to shut him down here. At least he's current again from the
Traffic,
bound.
coming on 38, clear runway 25.
I know, John. Winds are blowing. Oh, the Falklands map will have it? Ah, I wonder what it looks like in DCS. Thomas Ray, do you have screenshots? I'd be curious. I like this little airport, though. We're going to fly out of here next. Well, next airliner stream, anyway. All right, we'll watch this A300 come down. We put her right on the 1,000 footers. We got one on final. We'll slow the camera down. Let's see. We'll turn. Yeah, way too fast there. Let's slow this down. Put the rotation speed up. We'll disconnect so when we watch our greaser of a landing. And why didn't did G's pop up for y'all? Oh, I know why. Hold on. That's alright, we'll have G's in the replay. 125. I should see it now. We'll see what it does in replay. It felt good. I'm not quite sure, though. My flare height might be a little bit off. Here he comes, though. The Falklands, not Cola map. Alright, here he comes. Another VASP A300. Actually, it's a pretty good model right there. Except we can't see flaps. I miss AIG, man. AIG was the best. Hold it off. Ooh, right on the markers. Alright. That was pretty good. No, that was no Kablamo or Slustavo. That was Team Vodka right there. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, Team Vodka. No lie. All right, let's see how we did. We'll leave the camera here. We'll go back to our screen. Oh, Aero Supra's pushing. I'll disconnect so this guy can park. Let's watch our replay. Let's go back here. Replay's on. Now we're gonna watch the full replay. Y'all can watch that when we get towards the end. Let's Let's watch this one here. Everything's got to load in. Let me do this. Make sure flaps out. Flaps are coming out. Let me disconnect the yoke. Replay mode. Disconnected. Look at that view. No full screen here on the replay shot. Skill level expert confirmed for Team Vodka. Confirmed skill level expert. Oh, we're getting a little rain now on the replay. Wind was all over below 200. I agree. It was kind of swirly, man. We were high. I couldn't get it stable on the approach. We eventually got stable down at the very end there, and then I got distracted with JP over there trying to troll us. Rastik, it was a simulation extrema for SAVC, and if I'm not mistaken, I think this is the same one. This is the payware as well. It might be Simulation Extrema for this one as well. I'm sure there's probably only one payware, SA or Ushaya, so. But if we got an L1011 coming, I'm ready. So if you remember, oh look, that was a perfect shot of the whales off the engine. Look at that, look. So when we flew here on the South America tour, this was all like filled with ice floaters. Tyson, take it easy, man. Thanks for hanging out with us, buddy. Go catch that meeting. We'll see you. Oh, that growl. Ice floaters. Icebergs. Floating ice. What do you want to call them? Ice floater, did it? Icebergs, icebergs. Let's see what we look like. Oh, we even got a rainbow right now. That's gonna look sweet. We'll zoom it out though. Look at the rain behind us. Parking brake off. Ooh, 122. I'll take it. 1.0. These good CGs like this. 122. I'll take that one. Let's go back. Let's see what that looked like. Let's restore the speed brakes. Let's go drone cam here. How we do? Thank you, Migs. Appreciate ya. Buck, what was your numbers? A little bit of a swirl there. Hold it. Hold it. Oh, right on the paint. See, look at that. Professional L1011 pilot in training. That was one of my better landings we've had in a hot minute. Back here, let's watch it from out here. Maybe not this far out. That was a Mr. Saturday butter right there for a trailer video. G says 256. Oh, I don't know, Team Vodka. I think it's 256. Yours looked a little firm. Yours did look a little firm. Check out V1 Sim on YouTube. He's a professional. Wrong side of the house. What's up, man? Look at this. Just greased it on there. 126 on that one. Spoilers, reversers. And I'll take that. I will take that. Alright, y'all. Certified L1011 pilot, release it now. That's what I'm saying. All right, I'm going to let you all have one full replay from the back so you can enjoy the juice here. We get the spoilers restowed, we get the flaps back to where they were, and we are armed up front. You guys enjoy the gear up here. You guys enjoy the Ushuaia approach and arrival. Oh, look, I love it. The flaps are coming out. I don't have to touch anything. No, wait, no, they're going back. All right, good. I think they're coming out on schedule without me touching anything. That's pretty good. All right, y'all. This has been a lot of fun. We had to mix it up a little bit. We flew way south of the border now, about as far south as we can go. Really enjoyed flying the A300. I think everything went pretty well. I think we might have to fly this airplane again. Maybe have to fly it a little bit more. We'll see. Hope you guys liked it. If you're watching it on replay, make sure you let me know in comments if you want to see more of this airplane. There's a lot of great liveries out there for this bird that have come out since the last time that I've flown it, other than today. I think we can have some fun with it. I think we really can. But again, thank you all for the support, massive membership support, massive super chats, bank angle checks. You all have been absolutely awesome. I'll catch you on the next stream, y'all. Maybe, I don't know if I'll be able to go live tomorrow. Might be the next day. But we are going to end up doing a Duke stream here at some point as well. So yeah, we'll have the Dukes covered up. I don't know what's going on with the flaps, so that's a little suspect. But thank you all again. I appreciate you. Until the next one, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. See you.